Welcome to another episode of Financially Fit with Texoma Community Credit Union. Today we have Tiffany Jaton joining us to talk a little bit about financial fitness and how to talk to your kids about finances. So to start, Tiffany, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yes, before I came to Texoma Community Credit Union, I was a teacher for 8 years and I taught predominantly in elementary school.
And so I know once you got here, you still use that skill set to work out in our community, isn't that right?
Yes, when I got here, I took on a role of sort of financial education, and I went out into the community and worked with adults and also students within the schools to just share financial knowledge that they're not getting from the schools, or maybe they didn't get when they were younger, so they're getting it now when they're older as an adult.
So I know if you're a parent that's looking for ways to supplement that education, we have a couple of book recommendations for them. You want to just start with the first book?
Yes, so our first book we have is Money Ninja. Your kiddos actually may be familiar with Ninja a little bit. There's a whole series of books for Ninja and they're really cool. There's Brave Ninja and Kind Ninja, so there's a whole lot there. But this particular book, Money Ninja, it's just really a cute little way to talk about saving and giving your money, and it even gives a little bit of a lesson on interest, and it really kind of teaches the lesson of making money work for you instead of just spending it. And this is more of a kindergarten through second grade book. The next book we have is called The 4 Money Bears, and this one specifically talks about each bear, and they all represent something that we can actually do with our money. So we can spend our money, we can save our money, we can invest our money, and we can give our money. Our next book we have is Rock, Brock, and the Saving Shock. It's a really cute book about 2 brothers, and they look at money very differently, and so especially if you have multiple children about the same age, it's going to be interesting because you'll probably have one kid who's kind of one way and one kid who's the other, and this is a really good lesson for both of them. It talks about the benefits of savings, but it also has a really cool lesson about compound interest that includes grandpa giving money if you decide to save it. So this is a really good one that you don't get that lesson of compound interest very often as a kid, and this is a really great one. I would say it's more for maybe 2nd to 4th grade. Now my next book is one of my favorite books. Your kiddo's probably already going to know about Alexander, but this is the book Alexander Who Used to Be Rich Last Sunday. There's a whole series of Alexander books, and there's a movie even, so that's why I say you might already know about him. But this is his journey with money and how, well, he's just not very good at it. This lesson is really more about your needs versus your wants. And you know, when we're little, we don't think about, hey, I want this toy, I want this, I want that. But you know, sometimes we have things that we have to pay. And so this is a really good book to kind of teach kiddos about needs versus wants when it comes to spending their own money. And our next book is called Money Madness. This is a little bit for older kids, I would say probably 4th through maybe 6th grade. It really introduces the concept of money and how it came about and how it even started and how it's evolved over time and how the flaws in that process have caused it to have to change and to get to where we are today. So it's more about the origins of money and how we've used it over time. And then our last book that we have is How to Turn $100 into $1 Million. And this is a pretty big book. I would say this is more for maybe your 5th grade, even into your high school students, because it really kind of covers everything. It's great at explaining just your basic concepts of money. It helps with creating a plan and setting goals. It gives advice, and it's thorough. It gives you activities in here that you can do at the end of each section. It can be broken up, and it's definitely one that you could even do as a family. So that's something that I would really suggest, is opening it up, having a discussion with your whole family and going through it together. And so those are my recommendations.
Well, thank you so much, Tiffany, for sharing those recommendations with us. I think this is a really good conversation starter for a lot of families, and we hope that it starts conversations with your family. Thank you for joining us on Financially Fit with Texoma Community Credit Union.